Right, so it's been 2 days since I picked this absolute beast up. Brought a book. Okay. Some guy just totally just let one rip there. Have a great day, mate. Thank you very much. So there's just an announcement about pickpocketers on the station, so stay vigilant.
The next station is Carshalton.
Tube was good, train was good, not been stabbed, bonus. I think it might be Ted. Yeah, how you doing? You alright, Ted?
What, you take pictures?
Really clean, couple of scratches on the bumpers and stuff, but nothing excessive. I'm really happy with it. It's a Vauxhall Movano 2011 2.2 TDCi. Okay, so time now is 5:30. We're off to London to pick a van up, a Vauxhall Movano. So the plan is Preston to London Euston, London Euston to London Victoria, and from London Victoria we're going to a place called Carshalton.
Welcome on board this Avanti West Coast service to London Euston. Calling at Wigan Northwestern, Warrington Bank Quay, Lichfield Trent Valley, Tamworth, Milton Keynes Central.
From Carshalton we've got Tim, who's picking us up, and he's going to take us to have a look at the van. Stick around for this one.
Welcome on board this Avanti. Calling at Wigan Northwestern, Warrington Bank Quay, Lichfield.
It's too early to put the coffee machine on this morning, so I had to bring a flask of some M&S coffee onto the train. So a little bit of coffee. Brought a book. This book ready. So the idea is, got a few hours to kill. I'll have a coffee. Hopefully there's going to be a guy that comes up and down with some coffee as well. Buy a latte, that'd be lovely. And read the van conversion Bible on the way down to London. It's Movember, guys. Get with it, yeah. I know what you're thinking. Right, so we have just got to London Euston. There we go, London Euston. So I need to find London Victoria now. So let's get on and find London Victoria. Let's do it. See, the crazy thing is, I've not been down to London for years, since I was like a kid. And I've certainly not been on a train down to London, so I was expecting it to be a lot busier than this. It's 8:10, and is this not supposed to be crazy? Is it Victoria that's crazy? I don't know. But yeah, it's dead, man. I was expecting it to be a lot busier than this. This is more like it. Busy. So we need to find our way down to the underground. Let's go this way. It's crazy. Underground to the right. Houston Station. Ah, nice. It's pretty simple, right? Houston Station, that way. Okay. Some guy just totally just let one rip there. That's hilarious, man. Underground platforms. Okay. I don't really know where the fuck I'm going here. This is exactly what I was expecting it to be like now. This is just chaos. I don't even know if I'm going in the right way. Excuse me, gents. I'm looking for the underground to Victoria.
Yeah.
I've never been here, so I've got a ticket.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Okay, it's fine. Yes, it includes
forward travel. Yeah.
You're going to
Carl Shelton. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just go.
Will it let me through there? Will it? Yeah. Cheers, mate. Thank you. Have a great day, mate. Thank you very much. So there's just an announcement about pickpocketers on the station, so stay vigilant. I like the elevator music, it's great. So I've just asked for directions and everyone's been really good so far, so we need to go right to the end. We're going up to the top for the transfer to Carl Shelton, so let's do it. Right, Carl Shelton is on 12. Sweet. Hello, sir. I've got a forwarding ticket, but I don't think it'll let me through the barrier for Carl Shelton.
Is it valid?
Yes, yeah, of course. Thank you very much, sir. Have a great day. Assuming this one is taking me to Carl Shelton. Carl Shelton. That's us.
Welcome aboard the Southern service to Horsham. The next station is Carshalton.
Right, so we're here. We've got some utes behind me, so better watch the cam. Hello, sir. I've got a forwarding ticket from up north, so it won't let me through the gate. Cheers, buddy. Have a great day, mate. Right, so we've arrived at Carl Shelton. Just waiting for Ted to come and pick me up. So yeah, nearly there. It's been a pretty easy trip down to London. It's quite surprising, really. People have been really helpful. Tube was good, train was good. Not been stabbed. Bonus. So I think we're here. This Ted. I think it might be Ted. Is it Ted, yeah?
Yeah, fan, mate.
Yeah, where do you want me? Yeah, sweet, mate. I'll just put my bag in the back, eh? Cheers, dude. Yeah, how you doing? You alright, Ted?
Would you take pictures?
Right, so it's been 2 days since I picked this absolute beast up. What is it? It's a Vauxhall Movano 2011 2.2 TDCI. I think that's the one. So there's a bit of a backstory behind me getting this. I was going to get a 21 plate Citroen Relay, a 2.2 litre engine. I think that was the CDHI. I don't know. Anyway, it's a wet belt engine, and if you know anything about wet belt engines, they can be very problematic, let's say. So this particular van that I went to see had a full service history, and it had a cam belt change the year before. That's all it said on the advert. Anyway, I turn up to see the van. It looks great. While out on a test drive, the chap tells me that it's had a cam belt change, however, it had previously snapped. Okay, so there was no mention of that in the advert. However, he'd had the engine rebuilt on the top. Apparently there was no evidence of any damage in the bottom. I spoke to the mechanic, the specialist that dealt with it, and he was very he explained everything that had happened and how he didn't see any evidence of any damage in the bottom of the engine, and he would warranty the work, and that all sounded good, and I was really happy with it. It was a good price, so I put a deposit on it, £500, and I went away. And by the way, I'd done some research into these vans, but not as much as I should have done. I come home and I start doing a little bit more research in terms of joining a Facebook group, and all I see is negative comments about these vans and how the engines are terrible. And obviously, yeah, you only ever hear of the bad stuff. I get that, but then I start just researching wet belts in general, and all this sort of thing, and it's starting to worry me a bit that this cam belt had already broke. And then I'm asking ChatGPT what's the likelihood of stuff breaking again further down the road. I speak to the mechanic again. He sounds like he's getting a bit frustrated with me, but it's a lot of money that I'm about to throw down on a van, and I don't have the money to be buying to keep fixing a van all the time, so I just needed reliability. Anyway, long story short, I tell the gentleman that was selling the van that I'm going to have to back out, and fortunately he sent me some of my deposit back. So I lost 200 quid and I got 300 quid back. Now then, let's talk about what I'm sat in right now. This van is an ex-council minibus, and it comes with extensive service history from the van workshop, or their workshop. I've got I'll show you now. I've got a spreadsheet of every little thing that it's been in for, so it's been meticulously looked after right up until February of this year. It's been looked after, so we have it now. Mileage 99,000. After driving it back from London, I think I'm 10 miles away from hitting 100k on the clock. So full service history, full year's MOT. It's got, as you can see, it's a minibus, an ex-disability minibus. I've got a big ramp here at the back. I'll input the footage of the ramp going. I've got 11 seats here, removable. I'm gonna throw them on eBay, but only for a couple of weeks, because I want to crack on and start ripping this floor up. I'm gonna try and sell the ramp as well, because that all works. I don't know if they're going to sell. If not, they'll be going to a scrapyard and most likely they'll put them up for sale, you know. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. Drove it home 5.5 hours from the south of London. It drove like a dream. However, 10 minutes after getting onto the motorway, and this is why I didn't pick it, I did a quick test drive, went through all the gears and stuff, everything was fine. Really happy with it. Genuine seller as well, lovely gent. He's old man, he just does this on the side now. So anyway, long story short, on the drive home, noticed that the temperature gauge was struggling to get up to temp, and I was a little bit worried about that. Turns out my thermostat had stuck open, and it made me worry for the drive. However, we got back in one piece, went on to the Facebook group and asked some questions about what it is that you know, I need to do, and there was some really helpful people on that group. Just a quick one on that Facebook group. There's a massive difference between the Facebook group for the Citroen relays and the Ducatos and boxers, you know, because they're all the same thing, to the Movano and Renault Master group. You know, you go onto that Citroen relay group and it's just problem after problem after problem. Bad problems though, engine problems, you know, big problems. And then on the Movano Master group, it's like, you know, if you know, it's just a massive contrast, you know. Very little problems. If there are on there, it's little problems, you know. The only one I'm seeing that seems to be a big problem for this van is gearbox problems. Obviously that could be a big problem. However, massive contrast between how much these problems occur between the two vans. Anyway, loads of help. I had a gentleman tell me what I needed to do and walk me through it, because there's not many videos on YouTube on how to change these. And so I got I got a thermostat, got some antifreeze, some coolant, and I did the job, and it took me an hour. It was an absolute pain in the back side, right? However, I did it, and the thermostat works a bloody treat now. Really happy with it. The other thing I'm going to do, just a quick one on the gears, the gearbox. You know, I mentioned the gearbox and stuff. Runs in all the gears sweet. I got in it this morning. I was setting off to the supermarket. Second gear felt a bit stiff to get in. Didn't crunch or anything like that, but apparently it's a common thing. So I'm going to drop the oil in the gearbox. Again, I've seen a video on that. Super easy. Going to drop the oil, refill it with some fresh oil, and hopefully that helps. I'm also going to grease up the gear linkages as well on top of the box, and I think there's some rods from the shifter that I can grease up as well. So, all being well, that'll be all I need to do. It's a fantastic van. I'm really happy with it. Really made up with it. It's a chain-driven engine. That's the main thing. Do you know what I mean? So fingers crossed, nothing big happens that's going to cost me a lot of money. Drives lovely. Took my mate to Leeds yesterday, so that was another hour and a half drive there and an hour and a half back. Didn't miss a beat. Everything went really well with it. So, big intro to the van, but this is it. Do you know what I mean? Let me show you what we're looking at. The biggest pain in the backside that I'm going to have with this, let me show you now, is the floor. Right, okay, so this is the floor that we're dealing with. I don't see, it's grotty and all sorts, I know, but I don't see any screws holding this down. I've seen a similar floor on YouTube, and it looked like a pain. No screws like this. It seems to be some sort of MDF or ply in between the rails, and it all seems to be silicone down, and he had a right mare of it. However, thanks to that guy, I kind of know, well, I know what I'm dealing with. So it's going to be a circular saw job, make some slices down, and crowbar it up, and then the silicone that's stuck to the floor, the best I can, will be what's that tool called? Oh, is it a multi-tool, something like that? Anyway, and that will take off the silicone. It's going to be a pain in the backside. So yeah, I'll show you a quick little, outside walk around. But this is it. So obviously cab, pretty generic, nothing much special to see here. Very strange on these vans though. You've got your lock up here and your hazards up there. Quite strange. Rear view of the van there. Right, let's get outside. Show you the outside of it all. So yeah, very clean. Mind all the rubbish and I need to clean it out. I've got my little McDonald's cup in there. Got a big side step there. But yeah, it's super clean, guys. Really happy with it. It's going to make a great camper. Tell me what you think. Really clean. Couple of scratches on the bumpers and stuff, but nothing excessive. I'm really happy with it. So yeah, this van came from Southampton City Council, and it's the service starts in May of 2013, and it had its first safety inspection at 10,000 miles. Now throughout its life, all the way up till February of this year, it's literally had safety inspections every, what can I work out here, every 4,000 to 5,000 miles it has a safety inspection. It has everything, like, so it's got a side step on this as well, so it will have been in for its side step there. Safety inspection, brake wear light on, repairs to step, and as you go through this, it's just meticulous all the way through. The one thing that I did notice on here is it seems to have had a problem with its clutch over the years, and eventually, I think they had it in their workshop, 3 or 4 times, and then eventually in February of this year, they ended up sending it with a clutch fault to a company called Reimer Commercials. So I'm going to contact Reimer Commercials because it has reams of paperwork with this, all of its service records. The only thing it doesn't have is a receipt or any sort of paperwork to do with what Reimer Commercials did with it. So I'm going to ring them. It's Sunday now. I'm going to ring them on Monday and find out what they did. I'm hoping they changed the gearbox. I'm hoping they've changed the clutch. So they've obviously had some problems. That seems to be the only thing that keeps coming up on this. But this, for a vehicle, is what you want to see. So I have every faith in this vehicle. I'm really happy with it. They've obviously just discontinued it because of the age, and obviously emissions is probably a big thing. This is a Euro 5. I'm going to be able to reuse a lot of this. So, I don't know whether I'll reuse that. I don't know. I might ply the sides. However, up on the ceiling here, I'll take all of this off, but I will be reusing this. So I'll take it off, we'll dodo mat underneath and, insulate. But then the plan for the ceiling is acoustic paneling. I know a lot of people have probably already done lots of that, but that is the plan. Already got a skylight there. I don't know the diameters of a Max Air fan, but if I can get away with it, I'd love to use that. That does look quite large though. However, that is a solid skylight, and it just pops open. Failing that, I will be putting in a Max Air fan, but I don't know where. I'm going to do some stealth camps. I might even try one with nothing on the windows, see how it goes. So I mean, it's not very stealthy, but I'm gonna have to lie down somewhere. I've got all my camping stuff, you know. So yeah, I'm really made up with it. So if you're interested, this is a little winter project. Mind the chair. On the way back from London, I stopped into my mum's and she's moving house, so she asked us if we wanted anything, and we need a smaller chair for the living room, so that's why that's there. Anyway, if you're interested in watching the build, it's not going to be a quick build. You know, I'm not earning loads of money off YouTube or anything like that, so it's just my own money going into this. But if you're interested, subscribe, like and subscribe, and you'll be following along for more then. First job will be get rid of these chairs and the lift at the back and rip that floor up. It's gonna be hell, but I am going to be documenting it all, and in the meantime I might even try and do a little weird stealth camp somewhere. There's nothing stealthy about this with the windows wide open. But yeah, thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.